Welcome to the Scandinavian front. What?
Ramrod 1, tower, wind 300, at 5, cleared for takeoff, contact departure.
Roger, tower. What you see here is the Saab 18, in Swedish service known as the B18. This is the B version with the slightly modified engines, but we have made a bit of a adjustment here. The gunners were actually removed in the B version since speed and agility was more of a premium than defensive gunners. The aircraft is considered to be on par with the Soviet PE-2, as well as not really the Mosquito, but maybe some of the planes of that era. The plane was slightly underpowered, but it was something that Sweden, while the world was at war, could not fix. It stayed in service until about 1956, when it was replaced by the A-32 Lansen, and it is to be considered one of the last bombers of the Swedish Air Force, at least one of the true ones. The Scandinavian front model has not really been given much attention. I'm going to go on record straight away here to say that it's most likely one of our least finished, and that's putting it gently. Of course, that was my fault as the developer or our project leader. I put a strict deadline, and since then we moved on to focusing on the far more popular aircraft SK-60 and Viggen. So I had to manage the resources, but we got it's a bit of a shame because this cockpit made by one of our staffers, a Polish fella, who is currently making a submarine game, a very good submarine game. You probably see me fail playing that on this channel. Roger, tower. Our mission today is to take 3 aircraft and strike a runway in the Baltic. We are currently playing the Lifetime of War campaign. The Lifetime of War campaign allows a player to follow the history of a Swedish Air Force squadron, meaning that for every mission that goes, a year passes. So if you choose one of the squadrons that actually survived into this day and age, you will go from the first fighters they had, the J-26 Mustang and similar, all the way up to the Oscar 9 Reaper. It's something I always wanted to do in Strike Fighters because the system allows for it. And another thing, you see all these other things here. You have enemy fighters moving towards the flight in the down there. You have Denver, you have Gunslinger, you have Ford, you have basically a lot of flights here, and all of these are from actual squadrons put into the game engine. All I have to do is put the squadrons in the game engine, tell them what they will do, and then they will do so. If we check, we should have, yeah. For example, we have aircraft from FAP Tullinge, that is a fighter base outside Stockholm, who are currently providing escort. Now, should those LA-11 Fangs be able to reach us before we reach the runway, our escorts will engage. Ah, crap. Looks like we got our attention on our own. We got LA-11 Fangs on the inbound. Hopefully our vampires have dropped their tanks and are moving to engage. Oh crap, they're firing. Evasive pattern. Oh crap. We've been hit! Yeah, this demonstration didn't take very long, did it? We've actually been hit on the first volley. And this might be why the airplane would not have been put into a roll like this. As you can see, we are quickly breaking apart here. We might as well switch to the F-12 view. We can see the L-11s engaging and fighting with the vampires here. I was going to show off the bomb site and everything like that, but instead it seems like I'm showing off a dogfight between vampires, MiG-15s and LA-5s. As you can see, you can also see the anti-aircraft fire coming from the runway. We're gonna switch a bit. Here we have a MiG-15, very nicely modeled plane, especially in comparison to the Saab 18. You have the other two Saab 18s there in the background. They're the guys taking the anti-aircraft fire. So they are currently moving into bombing position of the runway. The gunner there is trying to open fire and our wreck just hit the ground. So we also see a vampire going after a MiG, and we have submarines in the submarine pen. Let's see if our wingman can finish this mission and hit that runway. But we're also gonna zoom out a bit, see what we actually have in the near general area. We have the FAG, we have the Saab 21, the propeller version. These aircraft were later redesigned, so they carried a jet engine. It was not a successful experiment. Here we have more B-18s. No, wait, these are T-18s, and I'm so happy I found these guys, because I really want to talk about them. The T-18 was first considered to be a torpedo bomber, but then they realized that, hey, torpedoes are kinda on the way out, so they took a cue from the Mosquito and the Pacific Front and added these giant 57mm cannons to the planes, essentially making them an early A-10 style plane where the gun was the primary weapon. It could carry rockets as well, but the gun was the primary weapon. So our wingmates here are right now over the airbase. We'll see if they actually drop their bombs. They should revert to their standard orders. Yeah, here they go. Bombs away. My wingmen have both dropped their bombs, and it appears that the fighter escort was very successful in keeping the enemy from actually engaging them. So, oh, and here we have a Mosquito, the J-30. The J-30 was really a night fighter, but the game engine doesn't take night fighters into account unless it is you are flying that squadron. It is kind of sad. I would have really liked a situation where you could have night fighters going up against night fighters, but right now that requires a dedicated campaign. So we're gonna see if there's something else interesting happening here. Really, I was about to attack the base, but our guys managed to do it instead. I'm wondering where these B-18, T-18, yeah, T-18s, sorry about that, are heading. And considering the fact that they don't have rockets, they might go for anti-ship, they might go for close air support. Since there's 4 of them, I would actually think close air support or attacking. As I mentioned, the Saab 21 was actually equipped with a jet engine, and here is a good example of that. This made the aircraft horrible to control, so the experiment was very short-lived. Basically, most of them were converted into training aircraft for the Vampire or the J-29-2 So we're gonna see if we can find something else that's interesting. But all I can... yeah, here we have the J-26 Mustang. We bought Mustangs in 1945. And some of these were later sold to Israel and the Dominican Republic. One of the Dominican Republic aircraft actually crashed in an air show a few years back. But it actually made it that far.
Copy that. Watch it. You got one on your
And
tail.
yeah,
I got
right
it.
now there's not much more to show. The aircraft who hit the airbase are currently heading home, and right now they are being hit a bit by flak, but their fighter escorts from F-18, the vampires and everything, they gotta keep it safe. And this has been another report from the Scandinavian front.
Copy.
Catch you later.